Good evening, Pisces. How are you? I've pulled some cards. I've got a brand new deck, which I'm absolutely loving. It's the Catitude deck. One of the readers that I watch on YouTube, he uses these cards and they're fantastic. So I've just had a bit of a go with them myself today, got to know them a little bit. And it's amazing actually, because sometimes you think, some of these images, are they going to convey like the kind of the depth and gravity that some of the cards of the tarot can encompass? And as much as these are so cute, they actually do. All of the cat faces are actually quite stern, which makes me think of the reverence that we have to pay to our cats, don't we? They command respect as much as they're cute and fluffy, and we kind of want them in that kind of controllable entity that we may conceive of, because we can just go and pick them up, can't we, and put them on our laps and stuff. But actually, if a cat wants to assert its sovereignty, which they often do with their sass, we've got no choice but to accept it, do we? And the thing about cats is that we do accept it. So I'm finding this a really a wonderful deck to actually work with, because it's given me lots of different kind of sensations already of the cuteness, the color, the cartoon type. So sometimes we can view life as a bit of a cartoon, can't we? Or a bit of a film, Are we all in the Matrix, or are we all in the Truman Show? But actually there's a real seriousness and gravity to all things, which commands respect and reverence. So just as with the tarot, same with cats, F around and you're going to find out. Anyway, I've pulled some cards, Pisces. I've got a really lovely spread here for you, which we're going to go into. We've got our piece of aquamarine that we've had for many, many years, bringing in some lovely peaceful vibes, and a bit of Archangel Fuel as well, who holds the aquamarine ray. If it suits you, Pisces, there's a really beautiful cleansing and healing exercise. It's open to everyone. You don't have to be a Pisces. But when you're around water, if you're having a bath or a shower, or you're washing up, or just quickly washing your hands, like out in public loos or whatever, you can ask Archangel Fuel to come into the water that is around you and to fill every molecule of that water with his aquamarine ray. And as that water touches you, it brings all of that cleansing energy, all of that comfort, that refreshment, and also that raising of the vibration, because aquamarine is not one of our 3D chakra colors. It's a higher vibration. So working with Archangel Fuel can be very powerful. And I'm just going to bring in a tone as well to set off the beginning of the reading. Just over the cards. And just bring into my throat as well. Third eye. How are you doing? Are you all right? I hope you're all right, because your very first card tells me that things should be going wonderfully for you at the moment. It's the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a card of celebration, a celebration of you, Pisces. It doesn't have to be about like massive fame or recognition, although it does often indicate that, but it is about kind of knowing that within your community and within your world, there's success there, there's recognition, there's applause, there's acceptance, kind of your role within that setup, within that system. And it's also about things really kind of flowing wonderfully for you. The Wands is all about your fire, your passion, your purpose, the thing that drives you, the thing that motivates you as an individual. And it's about going so far along the journey of bringing that into fruition and reaching certain levels of success. So it could be that you're maybe being promoted at the moment at work. Maybe your business is being recognized for something. You've made it into the papers or on some sort of list or anything like that. It's really, truly wonderful time to be in. It's like your 15 minutes of fame, yeah? So enjoy this time. You are being blocked or challenged in this experience at the moment by a deeper experience. So, and the two are completely kind of clashing anyway. The Hermit is our experience of isolation on quite a deep level, on the level of the soul. It's about going within, unlocking keys to your own wisdom, your healing, your acceptance of what is. So Six of Wands gives us a bit of a public kind of imagination, as if we are riding through the streets of where we are and people are coming out and clapping for us. But the Hermit is the complete opposite of that. The Hermit is reflection, finding that spark of hope within you, which is your spark of hope, your light in the darkness. What does that mean to you? What is your light in the darkness? What does your hope mean? Hermit's a wonderful card. It's about understanding like kind of the cycles of time as well, your own mortality, that there's big cycles going on all the time, and that we're here for a finite amount of time. None of us are getting any younger, are we? And none of us are getting out of here alive. We've got stuff to learn. So maybe there's a major life lesson on for you at the moment, Pisces, which is kind of stopping you kind of feeling the fizz and the excitement of whatever this celebration is. The world wants to celebrate you at the moment. Maybe you're keeping yourself away a little bit. The Hermit is showing in your central column here, which is where you are at the moment. So I wonder if maybe you're keeping yourself in a little bit where you could be out. I've been doing a bit of that lately, and I went out on a little walk earlier and had a chat with a couple of different people that live in my area, and it was actually really nice. So it could be something as simple as that, you know, start getting out a little bit. Once you find your light in the darkness, this really is like the dark night of the soul. So I can understand why maybe you're not in the mood for celebrations at the moment and being around loads of people and absorbing all those energies, because actually what you needed to do was go deep, deep down inside, face a bit of darkness, learn some lessons that life's been throwing at you in recent times, and find your spark of light, find your spark of hopeness, of hope, sorry. I'm already thinking ahead my next few sentences. I do that sometimes when I'm reading. I do apologize. Sometimes the words want to come out a bit faster than my mouth can do it. So your spark of light, it doesn't matter how tiny it is, it still has the power and the potential to ignite everything else about you and to set all of that on fire. It's not quite the same as the death card of going through like a rebirth, a transformation, the phoenix rising from the ashes. But it also kind of is in a sense, because you've gone really deep inside. You're dealing with some darkness, facing it. But in doing that is where you're finding your light, your reasons to stay here, your reasons to be here. The reasons that life is trying to show you, you are still here despite any dark days. So we still want you here, don't we? You're still breathing. You've definitely got reasons to smile, Pisces. And there's wisdom to come out of this, okay? So it's how you're going to carry forward that wisdom that you've found, and how you're going to integrate that spark of light back into who you are and what you're going to bring back out into the world, which is waiting to celebrate you, okay? So you can see just off the kind of colors there, they're very, very different experiences. And this is how it is showing up for you at the moment. We want to celebrate you, Pisces. We want you to be seen. We want you to be out there, igniting, because you have more fire in you than just that one spark of light. But that one spark of light is your wisdom of your soul that's learned what it's learned lately, and it's going to bring it forwards into your daily experience. Now, what's crowning you at the moment, we have another major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune, again, we've got this cycle, we've got this awareness of cycles. So it could be you're coming full circle in a few things at the moment. And again, it's the life lessons. The Wheel of Fortune goes even further than that, though. It goes in line with the dark night of the soul. We're not just searching for our light and our hope. The Wheel of Fortune is a kind of deeper understanding that you are the co-creator in all of this. You and the universe are working together all the time to co-create your experience. So as the wheel turns, as we journey through life and we go through all the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, that's what's happening in our outer world, with our body, with our senses. Do you see the little cat in the middle? That's your soul. That's you at the center of it all, still, peaceful, serene, all-knowing, and unmoved and unaffected by all of the turnings of the wheel. This is about meeting your maker, and not in a death sense. It's not about time's up, off to the pearly gates. It's nothing like that. It's a deep inner experience of meeting your maker and realizing that it's you. And that's not to like blame yourself. It's not about blame. It's not about resentment. It's about realization and awareness of your powers of co-creation, which you can then take forward along with the wisdom that you're taking forward. The knowledge that you are at the center of your experience enables you to move forward with more control of what your future experience is going to be. And this is what's kind of crowning you at the moment. It's at the top of your experience. It may be the most obvious thing that's happening in your life right now, Pisces. There's an awareness of time again, similar to the Hermit card. There's an awareness of mortality. There's an awareness of greater forces at play in our life than just what we think, see, and feel every day. There's a greater force within you that is actually turning all of this. And although you may not be responsible for certain things that have happened in your life, you're certainly not responsible for other people's behaviors and how they've treated you and spoke to you or spoke about you, anything like that. But what you are responsible for is how you respond and how you treat yourself, how you respect yourself, and how you, with your awareness of being centered and still and calm and serene and confident in who you are, all your future turns of the wheels will be more in your control, because you realize that you're in the driving seat. You're co-creating, you're choosing with every second of your existence here what your next second of existence is going to look like. So there's huge awareness here, Pisces. I don't know what's happening astrologically at the moment, but there's a lot going on and it feels quite exciting. I hope you agree. At the root of all this for you at the moment, we have the Page of Wands. So we've got a little spark of fire here. Again, with your spark, there's you're discovering lots of lights inside you, yeah, which can grow and turn into more. The Page of Wands speaks of a seed, a spark of some creative idea. It's usually a new idea. It's not a revival of something that you've been thinking of for many years, a long-term desire, anything like that. The page is a tiny speck of something brand new. And with all pages, if they're going to turn into anything manifest in our lives, they need to be nurtured. They need to be taken and actually consciously grown, have ideas formulated about them, have behaviors and actions attached to them that bring them out into the real world for us to be manifest. So there's something, Pisces, which has kind of triggered this journey within you of deeper awareness of self and caused you to be in a position in the outer world where life is waiting to celebrate you, but you're blocking it, maybe yourself, by this hermit phase. There's something that wants to grow. There's some creative idea that has the potential to be absolutely massive. You don't know how far you can take this because it carries unlimited potential. Pages are wonderful cards. I think we don't quite give them their justice sometimes, but we have unlimited creative potential here, okay? You know what that means for you. In our past influences at the moment, what is on its way out for you, Pisces, is the Nine of Pentacles. Isn't that wonderful? So you've reached a stage within yourself, in your pentacles, with how you're living your life manifest, how you're looking after yourself, nurturing you and your family, your home, how you're making your money, all of that. So I think the reason why it's here in this position is to give you that comfort that it's not leaving your life in a physical sense of, oh, all those pentacles are going to go and your situation's going to change. No, no, no. What it means is this level of self-satisfaction and pride and integrity of knowing that you have done your best, you have put in honest effort into your life, for you to be able to stand there on your own 2 feet despite what anybody may say to you, and you know that you've done your best. The reason it's moving out is for you to now just integrate that into yourself, okay? There's no question anymore. That is part of you, Pisces. Even though you're a water sign, you've kind of got your life smashed in a pentacle sense, yeah? You're all right. All is well and all will be well. And even if all isn't well, you know that it's going to be well because of who you are and of how hard you work. And nobody can take that away from you. So it's popped up here in your past influences just to make sure that you really do know this, Pisces, that it's part of you, it's part of your character, and you're not going to worry about that again. You know that if anything happens to affect your stability in the outer world, you know how to sort it out. You know that you will sort it out. So there's nothing to worry about, is there? Amazing. Let that go. Let that experience go, as in that learning about yourself, that self-doubt. Just any self-doubt now regarding you and your pentacle situation is historical, residual things that maybe you've said to yourself, or maybe you've let other people influence you and they've said things that weren't life-affirming for you. So it really is time to kind of face all of that and say, you're not me. You're not me. You can say what you like. I know who I am. I know who I am now. Yeah, I may not have been whatever in the past, and you may have judged me back then. But this is who I am now. This is firmly part of my character. And nobody can take that away from me, because integrity doesn't come from anywhere else but inside of ourselves. And you've reached that level within you, Pisces. You're kind of solid, yeah? So, having acknowledged that and having accepted that that's very real for you now, that that is part of you, that whole side of your mind and yourself where you were worrying. Sorry. I'm not very good with R words, you may have picked up, okay? That whole side of you can just be put to bed now. Make it smaller. Put it back. Clean it out. Make it shiny. Fill it with light. Fill it with love. All those sentences of self-doubt that you've either come up with yourself or you've took from other people, and you've let it go into your psyche and you've let it affect how you feel about yourself. None of that's necessary anymore. None of that is relevant anymore, is it? Because you've reached this stage of knowing who you are. So having acknowledged that and having swept some of the crap away that maybe you've held on to long beyond is necessary, you're going to make some space, okay? What you've got coming in, I love this for you, is judgment. Judgment is the second last card of the major arcana. So this says to me, Pisces, that you've been on a hell of a journey. You're coming, I think what you're doing is bringing everything full circle. With the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune, you're facing your shadow. You're meeting the part of you deeper beyond that has orchestrated your whole life. And you're going to be having a reckoning. Your day of reckoning is coming, Pisces. But you're doing that yourself. You're going to make your own day of reckoning. It doesn't necessarily have to be a day. It can be 5 minutes. It can be 5 weeks. But it's a process within you. It's a process on the level of your soul where you're having a complete summing up. A complete one. A complete assessment of your actions, your behaviors, what you've done in life, how you've treated the people around you. This isn't judgment of other people. You know, it might be you're tempted, you know, like, yeah, I was nasty to that person when I was 22, but you know, they did no, stop there. I was nasty to someone when I was 22, and I'm really sorry. And that was a reflection of me. How anyone else treats you is a reflection of them, and you don't have control over that. You have control over you, and you've been learning all of this. You've been getting very, very deep down, Pisces, to the point where you are now able to face yourself with full clarity, full honesty, a full assessment of your karma. And when you do that in full honesty and clarity, you're going to know exactly what your karma is and how it's actually already been playing out in your life. Yeah. But you have the humility now and the wisdom that you're going to be taken forwards. So part of what is happening, part of what's coming in, is this, again, we're on a really deep soul level. Half of the cards we've looked at so far are major arcana. So you've got both at the minute. You've got your outer life and you've got a lot going on deep, deep down as well. So I hope you're taking plenty of time for resting, Pisces. Plenty of water, plenty of good food and nourishment, lots and lots of rest, okay? And lots of honesty. Judgment can be done in many ways. It doesn't have to be journaling. A lot of people do journaling. I'm not taking anything away from that. Sometimes I can't slow down enough to write. One thing that I really find helpful is talking into the voice recorder on my phone. Because then you can kind of get everything out almost at the speed that you're like thinking and realizing things. So yeah, talking helps. But whatever this judgment looks like for you, it is like a full summing up of your soul's journey so far and your human journey so far, whatever age you are. You can go through judgment in your teens. You can go through judgment 17 times in your life, or you may go through judgment on your very last day here. But either way, it's an honest reckoning of who you are, with all love, all gratitude for your experience, and all humility for everything that you've learned. It's a most amazing experience. And obviously what follows judgment is the world, which is complete closure of a cycle, true leveling up, going up a dimension, having a massive clear out. So when this comes for you, Pisces, my only advice for you, and I don't think you need it, is just be honest. Take this opportunity to have a full cleanse, a full purge, a full assessment and reckoning, and do it with love and do it with gratitude for everything that you've experienced. And what you'll find is lots of release coming out of your body. You might find some restlessness because you're going to make a lot of space within yourself, which allows for new. Yeah. So you may find there's a bit of restlessness, like, oh, what do I do with myself? You've got some energy to get out. Maybe explore new types of exercise or dance or some way of moving your body. There's lots that you can be doing, but that's coming in for you, Pisces. Judgment. Where we find ourselves at the moment on a bit of a deeper level, it often ties in with the root and with what's coming because it's not quite manifest yet. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here. The Knight of Pentacles, for me, I always like to go back to the meaning that is written in the book for the Mythic Tarot. And the Knight of Pentacles is an image, I mean, it's very similar. It's an image of a prince, and he's out on the estate tending to the beehives. So the story is that he's meant to be a prince. He's meant to be out gallivanting, you know, chasing the beautiful women, fighting in wars and battles and gaining like notoriety and fame. But he actually doesn't want to. He is really, really happy being out in the orchards, tending to the bees, and he understands that even though he's part of an empire, some of the tasks within that empire are not lofty, amazing tasks. They're more humble and they still need doing. And there's actually a lot of satisfaction and joy that can be found in doing those tasks and taking your time over them. So Knight of Pentacles for me is kind of about accepting that we may not. So even though you've got your fame and fortune of the Six of Wands, which is something that could be celebrated and that you could be famous for, it's like you accept that actually the streets need cleaning in the area where I live. And I keep noticing it and it's doing my head in, and I haven't seen any council vans out. So I'm going to go do it myself. Something like that. It's accepting, first of all, humility, second of all, time, but also that we can gain a lot of satisfaction from having kind of more realistic and grounded ambitions. We don't always have to reach for the top. You know, if something suits you that's actually a bit more sedate and a bit more, a bit less showy, maybe, like maybe there's a career that you're interested in where there is no glass ceiling to push through. It just, that's what that career is. And maybe there's no like promotion, there's no CEO, there's no level of fame and fortune with it, but actually that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you satisfied. We all want our 15 minutes of fame, but we also all need to have clean toilets and fresh clothes and clean streets, clean street signs. I've gone out and cleaned street signs before because they do my head in. And it is actually really, really satisfying. And I've also done housekeeping work for many years and care work. And I've realised the same, that there was actually a lot of joy to be had and a lot of personal satisfaction to be had in doing humble tasks that need doing. I'll be honest with you, doing care work, there was parts of it I didn't think I was going to be able to do. I was a mother by that time. God, my daughter was 4, 5 when I got into care for the first time. So I'd obviously done the personal bits of taking care of her as a baby, and I really didn't know if I could do it as an adult with another adult. But what happened is it brought out a level of tenderness in me, and also pride in doing a good job and doing that task properly. It brought out this level in me that I didn't actually know I had. And I ended up falling in love with the job so much and getting satisfaction out of that as well. The care industry is very, very hard. But there's a sense of nobility to it, doing a noble, necessary, yet humble task. So there's something coming in here, Pisces. I've got a feeling it's somebody. Maybe you're going to meet somebody. And it's like there's a link to mindfulness here. Don't get caught up in the fame and fortune, celebrity, anything like that, because what that does is start to trigger our ego. The Hermit is giving you many life lessons at the moment, which will be attached to your ego. But there's some element of humility here coming in, and it's either a job for you where you're happy to accept whatever this humility is, or it's a person who's coming in who embodies this and displays this and kind of shows you how genuinely happy and satisfied they are, that they're doing their best and they're doing something that suits them. I don't feel it's linked to your Nine of Pentacles, but it is linked to your Nine of Pentacles in a sense of integrity. So maybe having reached this level of integrity within yourself, you can actually go out there now and do any job that you need to do to make some money, because you've actually done the humble work. You're happy to do humble work. And that's part of what makes you know, well, you know, if all goes wrong with whatever this is I'm doing now, I'm prepared to do anything. I'm prepared to get my hands dirty. I'm prepared to be seen by anybody because I've worked on my ego. I'm prepared to be seen doing whatever needs doing because I'm dedicated. I'm dedicated to doing the right thing for me. There's real magic in the Knight of Pentacles. It's a really wonderful card. Views of others at the moment. This is lovely. This is really lovely. People are seeing you at the moment as completely having your wish fulfillment. We've got 10 of Cups. Isn't that gorgeous? So the vibe that you're giving out at the moment, Pisces, is just that you're in the right place and that everything around you is exactly as it should be, and that your heart is vibrating on exactly the frequency that it's meant to be at the moment, because everything is in place. Now, whatever that might look like, whether you've got people in your life or not, whether you're in a happy home situation, like outwardly or not, this is what people are seeing. So to me, I feel like that is inspiring other people on how they can achieve that as well. How can other people around you achieve this level of peace, comfort, satisfaction, stability? This is all about stability of the heart. We don't get to the 10 of Cups just by marrying someone and having a mortgage. We get there by going through certain things which are showing us certain things about ourselves, which enables us to find peace and self-satisfaction, pride and integrity, genuine humility, as well as knowing what the spark is inside of us that's here to create something. So this position can be a bit ambivalent because your views of others can always go either way. So it could be that some people are seeing that you've kind of got your heart's desire and they may not like offer you any kind of support or check how you're doing or anything like that, because to them it looks like everything's fine. So that can make people feel certain ways. Also, what it can mean is that you may attract people to you who maybe are in a sense of lack in any part of themselves. So they kind of want to not take, but benefit from. So you may find you're in a position at the moment of people needing comfort, support, a shoulder to cry on. So just be aware of that, because you've got some deeper things going on at the minute where you kind of are needing a bit of time to yourself. But you're in a very strong position outwardly. The exterior view of you, Pisces, is very, very strong. This is wish fulfillment. This is the heart's desire being met. And it's not really by accident. It's usually by design of yourself, of how you have been turning your wheel and how you have been co-creating with the world around you to put you in that place. 10 of Cups is amazing. I love that for you. So what's lovely here, in your hopes and fears, you've got the 2 of Wands, which I feel is immediately connecting to your page in the root, because we have this as a hope or fear, which means it's connected to what we want and what worries us and holds us back. So whatever this spark is here, I just want to encourage you, Pisces, write it down, okay? Any ideas that you're having at the minute, write them down, because pages can come and go. They're not immediately integrated into our thought processes. So whatever this idea is, what I'm saying is there's no guarantee you're going to remember it, yeah? Because it just pops up like a little seed, a little spark. But in your hopes and fears is the 2 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is like setting out on your path, choosing your path based on what inspires you. So what's holding you back, Pisces? What's holding you back from having this in what's happening in your life? It's like you've got it there as a hope, and there's some sort of fear attached to it that is keeping it there as a hope instead of bringing it into your existence. I think with everything that's happening, obviously, because we can't always answer that question, can we? But I think with everything going on with you at the minute, you're integrating your integrity. There's 2 words for you. But you're acknowledging it consciously, that you have integrity and that it's very real and that you can stand by it. Yeah, you can stand on your own 2 feet with that. The deeper experiences that are here and coming in for you with the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment, they're all pretty massive, pretty heavy. And I wonder if going through that stage is actually going to lead you to step out on this instead of holding it as a hope. It's actually going to come into your reality and you're going to act on what that Page of Wands is. But it's very possible you're going to do it in a very humble, stable and patient way. because you've got the the Knight of Pentacles as well. And crikey Moses, what you've got coming in as a outcome of the reading, got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is your connection to the divine, finding it. And it's found through, so in the mythic tarot, the Hierophant is it the Minotaur? Like half beast, half man. And it's that bridge. So the Hierophant's often shown as like a pope or something as well. The Pontifex, the bridge, the connection between man and God, the connection between beast and divine. So we're both, aren't we? Part of what we're here to learn is how to integrate all that duality. And the Hierophant shows us how to do that. With your experience of the Hermit, your dark night of the soul, you're coming into realization of your soul and everything it's created. Doing a full assessment of who you are and who you have been so far in your life. All of that coming together is going to bring out your Hierophant. Your own personal, inner, real and true divine connection. You began this life as a spark of light, Pisces. It's been scientifically proven now. When the sperm meets the egg, the first thing that happens in that chemical reaction is a spark of light. You are divine. You have the light within you. You're made of that light. So from that spark of light, the cells then began to multiply, and here you are. Hello. But we all began as that speck, that spark, that one atom. And now you're millions and billions and trillions and infinite amounts of atoms. And there's divinity in there. So I'm so excited for this for you. Oh, I just wanted to show you this as well, sorry. At the bottom of the deck, King of Wands. What's trying to surface within you, Pisces, is this fire that has got the potential to magnetize the whole world. You've got the power to be very influential, very magnetic, very loyal and stable leader for the people around you. And bringing in that divinity of yours. You see how similar they both look? There's a throne waiting for you, okay? There's a throne, and I feel part of you finding that throne is going to be through your creativity. It feels like on a soul level, Pisces, you're actually really, really deep, dealing with the nitty-gritty of who you are and exactly what you're doing here on this planet. But as a human being, in terms of what you want to create, I feel like that's really being held back in you. And it's like there's so much wanting to come out. But it's about finding that kind of level of peace within yourself first. And maybe it's also about accepting your sovereignty as a divine spark. You've as much light in you as anybody else. You've as much power and potential in you as anybody else. So why can't you create? Why can't you be the King of Wands? Why can't you be? You're already seen of the Ten of Cups. You've got nothing left to learn in regards of cups, your emotions. I didn't mean to pick them up, sorry. I was going to get you. Let's have one of these today. Bit of mystical wisdom. I do love this reading for you, though. I feel like, should we go a bit further with the Hierophant? It can mean official things. There's a few other readers that I listen to, and the Hierophant for them is often like legal stuff, marriage. For me, it's more like the marriage within yourself. You really are bringing in so much of your soul, Pisces. Winter is going to be a really deep process, I feel. You know, we hibernate on all levels, don't we? So part of your hibernation over this winter is an amazing opportunity for you to do this assessment, go through this judgment, because on the other side of that is your Hierophant, your divinity. It's there. Wouldn't be in the cards if it wasn't. Do we have a message for Pisces today, please, just to close out the reading and bring all of this together? Please flip out on the table. A message for Pisces. Love it. Face your fears. Isn't that just gorgeous? Release the power of fear. Release the power of fear. I think part of that, Pisces, it's feeling to me like it's linking in with your Nine of Pentacles. So releasing any fears attached to who you are and how you're going to survive. You really have really reached the Nine of Pentacles. You have reached that level of knowing within yourself that whatever life throws at you, you're going to be all right. Whatever life throws at you, it can't take your integrity away. It can't take your work ethic away. It can't take away your honesty and diligence and dedication to getting a good job done. It can't take any of that away. So whatever fear is holding you back from pursuing your creative ambitions and showing the world what that spark of fire is that you've got within you, please rest in the knowledge of who you are and what you're here for. Because fear, what are the different acronyms for fear? False evidence appearing real. Fear is often illusion. And you can counteract every fear with an opposite statement. Oh, I'm shit at this. Well, look at what you've done. What are you good at? You're good at stuff, aren't you? Oh, life's crap. Is it? Look at other people's lives. There's people out there having amazingly happy, peaceful lives. You can be one of those people. Of course you can. There's no reason why not. Every fear that you have can be counteracted with a positive statement. So just knowing that alone can show you that fear is an illusion. It's states of mind that we accept and think that they're real. Let's not talk about mass media today, but that is a big part of what keeps us in a state of fear and keeps us in a low vibration. When actually, your soul knows everything. Your soul knows everything. Center yourself, Pisces, because at the middle of you, look at that little cat, at the middle of you is the source of everything, the source of all knowledge and light. All right, take care.